As with the other passages, the main objective is to clarify the process of how you answer certain questions. So we are not going to go over the questions in order. Instead, we are again going to go over them in groups by how you approach answering the questions. And let us move on to our second group of questions. These are the kind where you think you may know the answer if you saw it. So you're going to go through the answer choices first. Even if you think you might need to go back to the passage, you're still going to look at the answer choices before deciding about returning to the passage. So let's start with number 2. According to the author, Bellini's paintings captivated viewers for all of the following reasons except. Okay, so we clearly need to look at the answer choices first, and careful with these except questions because they require concentration. We are eliminating choices if they do explain why people loved Bellini's paintings. So let's start with choice A. Even if you're not exactly sure what perspectival planning means, choice A has this idea of perspective, and we know perspective was very important to Bellini. So let's go ahead and say choice A is out. That would be something that people do like about Bellini's paintings. All right, choice B, integration into display location. All right, well, that's really oddly worded, but we know that where or how the painting is displayed is important to the perspective that Bellini created in his paintings. So choice B is out too. Choice C, bright colors. Well, this doesn't really ring any bells, but if we don't have a specific reason to eliminate it, we're going to leave it, and we're going to look at choice D. Choice D is virtuoso landscape motifs. Okay, so that's oddly worded too, but we do know that Bellini did extensive landscapes. Okay, so without going back to the passage, it's pretty clear that choice C, bright colors, was not a reason why people loved Bellini's paintings. So we're going to pick choice C, trusting our process of elimination, and keep moving. So let's look at another question where we review our answer choices first. Number 4. The author would most likely believe that landscape imagery served what purpose in the art of Bellini? Okay, so we can see how this question is hard to answer in our own words, but it seems like we should be able to find the answer by looking through the answer choices. So what purpose or to accomplish what goal does the author think that Bellini uses his landscapes? Well, choice A and B seem pretty unlikely. I mean, there's no mention of maps, and it's clear that Bellini was very purposeful in what he did, so just for decoration doesn't seem to fit. So we can eliminate choices A and B. Now, choice C, to portray a specific locale. I mean, I guess it could be possible that Bellini was painting the landscape for a specific locale or location. But do you remember anything in the passage to support this idea? Okay, so if you're not ready to eliminate it, we're certainly not going to select it. So let's keep going. Choice D, to deepen the spiritual message. Well, we know that conveying a spiritual message is what the author thinks Bellini is doing, right? So the real question here is, do you feel confident enough to select D as a final answer, or do you want to go back to the passage and find support for either choice C or D? But do you know where you would look in the passage? There is support for the correct answer. It's in there. But do you need to find it, right? This is the key. You're pretty sure that the author does not think that Bellini's goal is for the viewer to recognize the landscape as some specific place, right? But rather that you're supposed to connect with the painting as one might connect with the divine. So this feeling that you're maybe having is this uncertainty because under normal, or if you will, untimed circumstances, you would totally go back to the passage. But you are under these circumstances, which are timed, and so you need to trust yourself. You know that the answer is choice D, so you pick it and you move on. All right, let's look at another question that feels pretty similar, number 8. It can be reasonably assumed from the passage that Bellini's paintings were meant to make audiences feel. Again, we're basically asked for the purpose of Bellini's paintings. Why did he paint? What did he want people to feel when they looked at them? So based on the last question, we have this shape of an idea, right? Some sort of religious connection. We're not exactly sure of the answer, so we look through the answer choices, and we see that only 2 choices mention anything religious. Choice A says, connected to holy figures, and choice B says, ashamed of their sins. Well, the passage makes no mention of Bellini ever wanting anyone to be ashamed or guilty or apologetic, right? So choice A is definitely the best answer.